Hey, everybody, you've reached Elizabeth and Joanne with World's Cup of Joe. Awaken your soul. Welcome to our channel. If those of you that are new here, we want to welcome you with open arms. This is your channel for all things twin flame union energy. This is the spot. This is the spot to start transforming your energy from that addictive, obsessive energy with your twin flame into the one of union, that one that magnetizes your person back. And this channel is like no other. So welcome, feel the difference for yourself. And before we start our topic today, which is a really good one, seriously, really good one, something that so many twin flame, divine feminines want to know, how to really work with the sexual energy that comes in when your person comes back into your space. How do you balance that? Because that's hard. It is so hard, and we want to share with you how you're going to navigate this. But before we do, we want to let you know that you have stumbled upon this channel at the perfect time to really start getting help and guidance in your connection this week. We are offering a 4th of July 40% off discount off of our 30-day twin flame detox, which is life-changing for this connection. Seriously, life-changing. And our balancing program, nobody else teaches balancing the way we do. Nobody else has a program that really works you through the steps of balancing your connection the way we do. And finally, if you need a little more guidance, we are offering the same 40% discount, which, let me just say, we rarely have ever offered 40% off any of our programs. So this is the time, my loves. This is the time to really take advantage of this huge discount that we are gifting to you. If you are needing a little more guidance, we offer 3 different Souls Plan complete twin flame programs. Take a look at the link below and see what you need the most help with, and let us help start shifting you into that place of magnetic soul energy, the energy that brings your person back in. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and read the question that we're going to tackle today, and we're going to get started. Here it is. Could you explain more about balancing and how to balance our sexual energy if our person is coming in with a lot of it? And what is the place of peace that we need to be in for that energy to transform? What are they reflecting back when it's only sexual energy? So I will go ahead and get started. Everything your person is reflecting back to you is based on your energy. How they come in is based on you and things you need to get deeper with. And that includes when they're coming in with sexual energy. They're coming in with the energy of desire. Desire is an energy. It doesn't have to just be sexual, but what desire means is, I need something from you. There's something I need from you, and I'm looking for you to make me feel whole and complete. So when they're coming in with heavy sexual desire energy, that is your energy coming back to you. So how do you balance that? Everything in this connection is internal. You're working through all of your own stuff, and they are reflecting back to you, whether it is a low scale energy of desire, or if they're coming back to you in this place of peace, you're reflecting that as well. But before they even can get there, there's more uncovering, unlayering that needs to be done with the divine feminine. That's what they're here for. They're here to help us release all of the mind and get to a place where we raise our levels of consciousness. That is their role. That is what they were sent here for in the same time, space, reality. Our soul chose us to awaken to this phenomenon called twin flames, where we share one energetic connection with this one person that we meet. They are our soul. They come in to help us raise our levels of consciousness. Even though it feels like this romantic love connection, right? That's what it feels. It feels like this crazy romantic on steroids, but it's not. It is not that. It is purely an energetic connection. And that's why on this channel, we will always talk about energy, because you cannot get your person back or keep them in your space based on mind, based on the things you would do with a soulmate. That is not how this connection works. So when we're talking about why they're coming in with sexual energy, we need to get deep within you. We need you to sit with yourself and get deep within yourself. What is my energy like? Where am I at? When I think about my person, what is ignited within me? And that's the stuff that needs to be released. And so a lot of times, this is what we see. When someone comes in, when a divine masculine comes in with sexual energy, normally we find on the other side with the divine feminine, there's a limiting belief that someone can only love them physically, that they're not worthy of more emotionally, that they are not whole and complete by themselves. There's a lot of insecurities within, and their person comes in with the sexual energy and the mind starts going, but why is that all they want from me? Why am I not more? There's these deep-rooted ideologies that the mind has that has been conditioned to believe, and that's what your person is reflecting back to you. And this energy of desire that they're coming in with is a reflection of, I need you, I need you, I need you to make me feel whole and complete. I need you for this, I need you for that. And that's what needs to be transmuted. How do you transmute that into peace, like this question asks? You work within. You release the triggers that are coming up. You release the mind. You release those limiting beliefs that have been so deep-rooted and ingrained in you that you believe are in fact to be you, which are not. They are not you. These beliefs about self, this belief that you need someone to fulfill and complete you, are not you. You go within and you start giving yourself the love, affection, whatever it takes for you to start feeling whole. And you'll see your person on the other end will start changing naturally through your balanced energy. So they come in with this desire because your soul knows this is what you need to release. Then you start working through and shifting through that, and don't get in the loop of mind with it. But that's really hard. So if you do, give yourself grace. It's natural. It is so normal, because that's what they're there for. Balancing is hard. We say it's the big leagues because the mind immediately wants to make it about them. See what this question is. How do you combat sexual energy? Because the mind thinks it's them. The mind thinks everything they're coming in is a reflection of them and what they're feeling, thinking, and doing. And it's really a reflection of you and where you're at internally. So you're going to have to balance that. You're going to have to go within, and that's how you start transmuting.
So when it comes to sexual energy with this twin flame connection, what a lot of people confuse this energy for is it's their divine masculine back. So instead of recognizing energy being your energy that needs to be balanced, they go straight into back to the addictive, obsessive energy that initially caused separation. So when separation occurred, we go through this crazy dark night. We recognize that this journey is not about our people, but about us. And our soul knows that our person is the biggest catalyst for our awakening, right? So when we experience the separation, it causes all of us to get really, really deep within ourselves. That allows us to start seeing our people no longer separate, but through unity consciousness. And in that state of unity consciousness, you're raising your level of consciousness beyond separation. And so what you're actually shifting through is the scale of consciousness of desire. And desire is of the lowest scale. And it's crazy because it actually puts you in the state of less becoming the body and becoming more spiritual, right? The soul. But because of this connection, we go back to the body, the limited part of us. And so just like push in your mind, right? In that addictive energy state, when you put yourself in that same state of need, want, seeing them separate, they will pull. And so it's not fair, right? To us, we look at this connection and we're like, Oh, they are like our we see it as though we're supposed to connect with them the way we would with a soulmate. But that's not what this connection is. This connection is spiritual. It's your journey with your soul. And how do you have a journey with your soul when you're interacting with your soul through mind? And that's what gets activated when you're interacting through the energy of desire. So how do you shift that? How do you even balance that? That sounds freaking crazy. You're telling me I've been on separation. I finally found my soul. And so my twin flame comes back and you're telling me I have to still balance? Yes, you still have to balance, because when we were created in this vessel, we first started out as unity consciousness. We started out as soul. But in that programming of being mind, being desire, thinking that we are this limited body, we have been programmed to live through mind. And we're still working through the limiting beliefs and the level of consciousness that keeps us in separation with everything. And this isn't just our twin flame. Obviously, the journey makes us get deeper within aligning for our twin flame without trying, right? It naturally happens. The more I align with soul, he comes in. The more I'm aligned with mind and I get back into the addictive energy, they pull. So what does that look like in the twin flame connection? You're balancing. You're in a state of peace. You're feeling really freaking good. This person that ignited my awakening is back, but they coming in hot, like really hot. And that sexual energy, it's hard to balance. It's really hard to balance because, again, you're interacting with this one person through soul, but you want to interact with them the way you interact with everyone else. You want to interact with them the way you would with any other relationship. And that's not what this is. This connection is asking you to be in soul with your person. So what are we saying? Are we saying that when you are intimate or there is no intimacy? No, there is intimacy. But when you are in this place of oneness, intimacy is no longer connecting with the two separate bodies. It's becoming one into that union energy. But desire cannot exist in the union energy because desire is separation consciousness. This video got deeper than I wanted it to be. But I really want you guys to recognize that even this question is seeing that your person is separate. When they're coming in your space with sexual energy, that is your freaking energy, my love.
Something you just said. You said when you're in separation consciousness. How many videos have we made where we talk about once you're balanced and you're intimate with your person, it feels like you're by yourself. It feels like meditating. It feels like oneness. So when you're in the place where the mind is still focusing on them and the energy, or I'm sorry, the mind is still focusing on them and what's going on in your 3D, essentially, you're out of that. You're in that separation that you're talking about. This is when we're trying to say sexual intimacy, when you're balanced, literally feels like you're one with yourself. Why is that? Because, my love, you're in the energy of unity consciousness. So if you're still in this place of separation consciousness in your intimate acts, most likely right afterwards, and we're just giving you guys a warning, most likely right after that happens, you're going to go fully into mind. And this is what you have to balance. You're trying to achieve this place of oneness. There is no desire anymore. It just is like being. This is why we say it's like meditation.
So when they come in with sexual energy and they're coming in with desire, that is your energy, my love. Your energy of desire being reflected back to you. When your person comes back to you after separation, you want the energy, your energy, to be neutral. So what does that look like? It looks like when I get a text and it looks like I'm seeing a lot of addictive, obsessive energy coming back within me. I gotta wooza that, right? I gotta pull that bad boy in. When my person wants to meet me, wants to come over, and I am in desire, especially in the beginning. Now that me and Elizabeth are balanced, we can pretty much do whatever we want at any given time. No, we are not in addictive energy anymore. Maybe it will come in and out sometimes, depending on, how we feel, but we never push anymore. At any given time, we're pretty balanced, and we're not trying to figure out anymore between text and conversations. Now, I still limit myself from ever really interacting with my person, and I live with my person when I'm in addictive energy, in any low scale energy.
Let's give a practical example that I actually have one this morning. And now it's not sexual energy, but energy is energy in this connection. It all is applicable. So we want you to feel what balanced energy feels like and what it looks like in the real world when you're balancing your twin flame. This morning, I woke up and I was okay. I was in a very neutral energy. My person, however, was not. Every single thing in his day was going wrong. And he was like stomping and groaning and moaning and blimey, all around the house this morning. As a person who's not balanced, you try to fix it. You try to get there with them, right? The mind wants to solve. It wants to go into those lower scales. How does someone who's balanced, how does someone who's balancing navigate that when their person who's their main person, right? Their everything is walking around the house really, really upset and everything's going wrong for them. You balance you. So when I hear him shouting and going crazy because everything's going wrong with him this morning, I sat in bed and I focused on being neutral. I didn't say anything. I didn't do anything. And then I got up, I got dressed, ready to leave the house, walked over, gave him a kiss and said goodbye. I didn't say, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry you're having such a bad day. I'm so sorry that the cats just shredded up your expensive leather chair. I didn't say, I'm sorry your phone is not working. Oh my gosh, you could do this. You could do that. I balanced myself. I didn't let his low vibe affect me. I focused on staying neutral and I got up and I went about my day. That's what balancing in this connection in the real world really looks like. It almost, to an outsider, looks like you're heartless. But it's not. You're emotionless. You're taking out the emotion because this is not about emotion. This connection is run through energy. And if I'm in a state of emotion, then I'm lowering myself to his level. And guess what's going to happen? I'm going to push. He's going to pull. So instead, I remove emotion from the situation and I balance me into neutrality. That's what this connection looks like on a day-to-day basis. And that's how you and I, Joanne, this is how we stay balanced. We take the emotions out of it.
When you're interacting with your person, because the mind wants to treat it like a soulmate, there are so much emotional state of push that needs to be worked through in that beginning stages. And so that's why I say you got to be really careful when you're interacting with your person. I know that the mind is really excited. We haven't seen each other in years and months, in weeks and days. And I love them and they are amazing. But you're still in separation consciousness, my dear. If you're even a little bit excited, if you're even a little bit ignited to interact and react in your responses with your person, you're in that state of push. And so what does it look like when they're sending you that lower scale of desire? And believe us, me and Elizabeth, we have interacted with that energy before when we were trying to balance in the beginning, and they just pulled. This is why we make these videos. We want you all to be empowered with the knowledge of how to balance your soul. So if you interact with your person in that sexual energy right after separation, you're back in desire, which is lower than anger. So it's actually better to yell at your person than actually have intimacy with them when it's too soon. This is why we say you have to sip in your twin flame little at a time soul and steady. And what does soul and steady look like? Well, Elizabeth just gave you an example of how to balance when her person comes in with anger. But when your person comes in with desire, you're going to have to balance the same. You got to be in a place of neutrality. Now, you can have intimacy if you're neutral. But majority of divine feminines, they're not ready for that energy because they're still in addictive energy. How do you know? How can you tell? Your person will show you from their way that they're mirroring the energy back to you. When they're at a place of neutrality, when they are more at peace, when they are not coming in with that addictive energy. Because addictive energy it's not sustainable. It's still a duality. They're showing you a piece of themselves in your state of unity consciousness, and the energy still needs to be balanced out from you. If you continue to stay in unity consciousness, your person will be right there. And that's why Elizabeth said, when you are having intimacy with your twin flame, it's neutral love. There is no crazy energy coming out from you. It isn't a soulmate connection. You are not interacting with another body and your body, and it's simply another soul. This is you merging into one. This is when both experiences between you and your person just clash into one. You are both one. And you no longer feel those emotional energies that made you push. You're now part of the same unity consciousness that you experienced before they came back in, and you were genuinely experiencing it for you. But they're right there too. And intimacy with your twin flame balanced is amazing. It is out of this world. It is freaking explosive, my love. You guys know we have videos in our YouTube that shares exactly what that looks like. So it makes sense for divine feminines to get lost in the energy of desire and loop in it. But what I want to share with you is when you can balance all of your interactions with your twin flame through you, yes, through you, remember they're you, however they're coming in is your energy. You don't have to have dinner conversations with your twin flame. You just have to have deep inner conversations with soul. This is a realignment with soul. What is it within me that feels separate right now when I get a text from my twin flame that has a lot of sexual energy and I want to respond because, oh my gosh, they're so hot? Desire. And I'm not saying that you cannot have intimacy with your twin flame. I already established when you are, and Elizabeth expressed it too, you are merging with yourself in the physical with the universe. It's a meditative experience with your soul. And if you can have intimacy in that state of union, they don't pull. They're right there. They don't want to leave. They're contacting you right after, the next day, as long, and this is why I'm stressing this, as long as you continue to emulate that same union energy, that same oneness, the same energy we share with you guys every day. It's not a surprise that twin flames are getting contacted by their DMs just from watching these videos, just from listening to our meditations. We are sending you union energy. And how do you align to that? How do you maintain neutrality? How do you keep allowing union, especially when desire is still there? You have to really work through that through you. Your energy, that's your energy. They're reflecting to you the energy that still needs to be balanced within you. And it's okay. It's okay. It's not an overnight thing, right? How long did it take for me to have the separation consciousness within me that makes me feel like I need someone else in the physical to be whole? Where did that come from? How did I have this limiting belief that I need something to complete me? And in that wholeness, in that space where you become one with yourself, you get to experience yourself in the physical. And it's not separation consciousness, it's union, my love. So you balance you. They come in hot, you balance you, no matter how hot it is, because it becomes hotter. It becomes so much hotter in the internal. Like, seriously, when you're in union and there's no more addictive energy, my love, they don't leave. They're there. They want to be in your space. They don't leave. They literally crave you in any moment, in any given time, when you continue to remember who you are. This is just that one person that God created for you, to be you, to align with you, to honor you, to remember you. And this journey is for you. So keep being in that state of oneness that you are. And in that state of oneness that you are, you're coming back home to the oneness and the reunion of soul. Desire, once you pass that, you keep raising, love. You surrender. You align back to the highest scale. Because desire, we think, is like love, but it's conditional love. And it's not the unconditional love of soul. It's not source. It's a limited version of love. It's the love that we were taught in the society of what love is, where you do this for me, and because you do this for me, now I love you. This is a love where you exist and you are love. You become love. You emulate love. You are becoming God's love. And that's what you experience when you're physically together, is coming back home to you. That's why the intimacy is so explosive, is because you're coming back to you. You're coming back to becoming you again in the highest form of soul is you. And we don't see them separate anymore. We see us coming back to us. We see us reflecting us. We see us watching them in a place of neutrality, and we balance that energy through soul. And if they're coming in and it's not something that you want, you can set boundaries to soul through soul. In fact, you should set boundaries. Boundaries are for you. Because it's very easy for divine feminines to do everything for their twin flame, which is actually push, right? Because you're people pleasing and you're putting them on a pedestal. So you have to honor you. And that's really the biggest key in balancing desire. You have to listen to your intuitive, like your deep inner guidance system. It guides you. It tells you when it's time. It tells you when you're still in addictive energy. It tells you when you're super, super excited and you got to respond. That's when you don't respond. It tells you when, hey, I'm really balanced right now. I'm at peace. I don't have expectations, preferences, or judgment. I'm just going to be in this here and now. And the more and more I can balance this here and now, the more and more I can have more now moments when I twin flame, to the extent of where they don't leave, where they stay permanently, where they want to be in your space, where you don't just have intimacy one time and they run, right? That's what most divine feminines do. I might not ever have this chance again, and it's fleeting. That's still duality. What you're doing is you're balancing your connection to singularity, my love, oneness through soul. We are divine feminines that are balancing this connection daily. We teach balancing. We show you how to be in the state of union. We guide so many beautiful souls in this state. So if you're lost and you don't know where to start and your twin flame is running, you need to start releasing that addictive energy. You need to start getting rid of that really low scale of desire that's pushing in your connection. And don't get us wrong, desire is fun, but desire is not union. That energy is still gonna push them because your soul didn't bring them in to be a karmic, right? Where they are just a temporary fix in your evolution of soul. No, that's not what your person is. Your person is your freaking twin flame. This is the twin flame journey. The twin flame journey is your soul. Soul releases any desires. Want nothing, have everything, because you are everything. You are your twin flame, my love. We hope that this video has helped you shift. We hope that you guys can feel this union energy, this soul energy. This is where twin flames find, seek, and receive not only their twin flame, but their balanced energy that they sustain and maintain. We've been doing this for years. We've been helping so many beautiful, beautiful souls get to this place that they never reached before. And they've had so many other coaches guide them, and they loop. They find us and their person's back. Their person's with them. And their person wants to see them. They know exactly what it takes to keep their twin flame in their space. Catch our sale. This is 40% off our detox, our balancing, our SOS plan. 40% off to start feeling better. We hope you guys have an amazing 4th of July. We love you. And we hope that this video has really helped you shift. Love you. Bye, love.
Bye, love.